Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is Relationship Momentum. So let's jump into today's Read a Question. I am divorcing my abusive ex-husband. I have a no contact order from the courts except for practical matters per written message. I assume that's for the to do with the kids. He just asked if we can try to start our relationship again. Tons of sex issues and escalating violence in the last year or so together. We separated when I finally called the cops on him last July. How do I make it clear I have no interest in him beyond co-parenting? Okay, so this is one of these tricky ones where they're using a very dirty tactic to try and reestablish the relationship. What he is doing is he is going to continually try and poke and prod and question and try and engage in some sort of debate with you, any point of contact and communication, to try and leverage that, get his little hooks on you, to leverage that towards getting the relationship restarted again. And the difficulty is when you engage with him at all, you are playing into his strategy of trying to get you to engage with him so he can snowball things. So he is trying to get away with having some comments that are, let's restart the relationship again. Let's start a conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's not follow the no contact order from the courts. He's going to try all these little things to try and get to talk to you more than he is currently. And if you engage with him, he's getting what he wants because you're playing into his strategy. So, in a sense, you have to really honor the no contact order to make sure that he really gets the message that you're not interested. The only way that you can really make it clear to him that you're not interested is he's broken the no contact order. Therefore, you have to report to the appropriate authorities that he's broken the no contact order, and you don't engage with him directly, and then you let the authorities do whatever they're going to do. It is literally the only option available, because you cannot reason with someone who has no intention of ever being reasonable with you. He is not looking for some sort of good faith conversation about fixing things. When people have been violent in a relationship, and this is whether they are male or female being violent. I have so many male clients that it turns out that the wife is being physically violent. It really is happening to both sexes. It doesn't matter whether it's male or female doing it. But when people are prepared to be physically violent, and the only way to get them stopped is to get the appropriate authorities involved. It is extraordinarily rare that violent people go, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person and I should change my ways. I'm totally wrong about what I've done. It usually doesn't happen. Usually someone else needs to come on in and make it clear they can't do that. So the answer is you just can't there is no way to let him down gently. There is no way to defer things. There is no way to be polite about this. You just have to be rude and frankly obnoxious. And if he's contacting you, you just gotta, like I say, call the cops again, call whoever it is to do who deals with the no contact order enforcement where you are. And it's literally the only option available to you. And in just a very general, slightly wider sense, this is sometimes the only way you can really deal with people who are trolls, who are online, who are going to endlessly ask you questions or prod or poke. They are just looking to get a rise out of you. They're looking to get their hooks into you, and they're just looking to force you into some kind of engagement with them. And the only way to deal with it is to just slam the door shut on them. If anything, a one-word answer, but often the best way is to simply block them and move on with your life. And this kind of all feeds into a really common duty fighting tactic that I went over in the Married Guy's Guide to Wife series. One of the ways that people fight duty. It is that they will never stop talking. They will never stop arguing. They'll never stop trying to draw you into some sort of debate until you give them the answer they want. And you can be saying no, and they will keep coming at you, trying to get the yes, and they are going to try and bait you and goad you and get you off your game, where you finally get angry and blow up or whatever it is, and then they'll try and turn it on you that you're the nasty jerk who's being inappropriate and rude and obnoxious. They would just keep picking, trying to get a yes out of you and ignoring the no. So you just have to slam the door shut on them. There is no polite way to get through to them. You can't reason with someone who has no intentions of being reasonable. So that's about it. Oh, and of course the other obvious thing, and this is a super common thing that women and girls run into with men and boys, is that unless you give them a really firm, clear no, they're always going to think there's a chance because you didn't slam the door shut. Sometimes men can often feel led on by women because they didn't get a clear, blunt no. She was polite. She was smiling when she said no. And if you're smiling when you say no, you're kind of sort of saying it's maybe. Or just a little bit, if you push a little more, it's a yes. So sometimes you just have to slam the door shut. Anyway, that's about it. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good internet stuff. And I will talk to you tomorrow.